Just Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host, Fondue.
And I'm Cheesy.
In this week's episode, now that Thanksgiving is over, we learn about turkey cheese.
Ooh.
We talk about turkey and cheese dishes.
Oh, yum.
And we discover a lot of Turkish cheeses we've never heard of.
Yeah.
And of course, no episode would be complete
Nope.
without our very cheesy joke.
I love a joke.
Stay tuned for episode 106, Turkey Cheese, on Just Cheesy, the podcast. Did you know that there is something called turkey cheese?
There is?
According to atlasobscura.com, Louisiana has something called hogshead cheese.
I thought you said turkey cheese.
I'm getting to it. It's going to be important to understand what this is first.
Okay.
So hogshead cheese is sort of like a deli or a butcher shop specialty.
Okay.
It's made of boiled scraps of pig, including the feet.
Ew.
And the fat from the cooked meat provides a gelatinous binding, it says.
Ew.
The boiled parts are preserved in vinegar, allowed to cool,
Okay.
set in a jelly roll pan, loaf pan, or another type of mold.
Okay.
According to bourgeoismeatmarket.com, they wanted to make a healthier version of hogshead cheese.
Oh.
They follow the same process as hogshead cheese, but they replace all the pork meat with whole turkeys.
Ah.
They don't use any gelatin,
Okay.
and the lack of pork gives the turkey cheese what they call softer and more spreadable texture.
Wow.
But in either case, with the hogshead cheese or the turkey cheese, there is no dairy included.
Huh.
You know, after you have Thanksgiving, there's lots and lots of different things you can do with the leftovers.
Yeah.
According to skinnytaste.com, there is a great recipe for something called an open-faced turkey melt.
Ooh.
In this dish, they essentially make turkey salad.
Ooh, yum.
They take bread, they toast it, they put the turkey mixture on top, and then of course they suggest Havarti cheese.
Ooh, yum.
This sliced cheese gets put on the top and it's put in the oven and allowed to melt on the top, making it ooey gooey, and it looks delicious.
Wow.
There's also a recipe for turkey leftovers that's called tetrazzini.
Okay.
They take spaghetti
Ooh.
and cubed turkey, mushrooms, onions,
Okay.
condensed cream of mushroom soup, and they put it all together and they put in a cup of shredded mozzarella
Ooh.
and some Parmesan cheese.
Yum.
And according to tasteofhome.com, this recipe takes about 25 minutes to prep and 25 minutes to bake.
Whoa.
Turkey tetrazzini is not a sponsor,
Nope.
but if it was, the ad would go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah.
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
They do?
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay!
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY,
Cheesy.
that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay, Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. We talked a little bit about turkey cheese.
Yeah.
We also talked about turkey with cheese.
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't talk about cheese from Turkey.
Oh, yeah.
The country of Turkey, or Turkiye as they'd prefer to be called, has a rich history of cheese.
Ooh.
Quite a while ago, we used this website, dailyinfographic.com, and they had an article called 50 Types of Cheese Around the World, an infographic.
Oh, yeah.
This chart introduced us to all kinds of cheeses from around the world.
Yeah, it did.
And Turkiye has a traditional goat's milk cheese called tulum.
Ooh.
According to tasteatlas.com, this cheese is white in color, has a creamy texture,
Ooh.
and they say here Its flavor ranges from mild and slightly sweet to strong and somewhat bitter. They recommend that it's served drizzled with olive oil and paired with fruit, figs, olives, and fresh vegetables.
Ooh, yum.
The article on tasteatlas.com goes on to name 6 other cheeses.
Whoa.
And I will likely butcher the names of every single one.
Oh, no.
Kopenisti paneer.
Oh, boy.
This cheese is typically goat or sheep's milk, but some dairies use cow or a mixture of the 3. They typically use breeds taken from the Aegean Sea area.
Ooh.
The animals eat the aromatic plants of the area, which affects the flavor of the milk.
Whoa.
They said the traditional method of producing this cheese was improved by the addition of fresh butter, made from the cream obtained after skimming the milk.
Yum.
But apparently, butter can only amount to 15% of the total weight of the cheese.
Whoa.
It's said to have a creamy texture.
Yummy.
Hate paneeri
Oh, boy.
is a soft, rindless cheese made from raw cow's or goat's milk.
Ooh.
It's white or light yellow in color, it's creamy, and it's stretchy.
Yum.
It's typically unsalted and has a mild taste. Mihalik paneeri is a Turkish cheese that comes from Bursa. It was originally made with raw sheep's milk, but now it's made from cow's milk or a combination of goat, sheep, and cow.
Okay.
And they say that's because the sheep's milk is not produced in sufficient quantities.
Oh.
The cheese is stored in brine to harden and develop a firm yet slightly elastic texture. It's salted and dried before being sold in slices or balls.
Whoa.
Its texture is crumbly, grainy, and the flavors are intense and salty.
Ooh.
Dill is a fresh, white, stringy textured cheese, and they say it's similar to mozzarella.
Ooh.
It's made with cow's milk. They say it's mild, milky, sweet, and slightly salty.
Yum.
According to GoTurkey.com, they talk about 4 different awesome Turkish cheeses. They explain that anywhere between 1 to 3 types of cheeses are consumed early in the morning.
Whoa.
And they say this is generally true of Europe. But they explain that the Turkey cheeses vary from their European counterparts because of the variety of the cheeses and the flavors and types.
Ooh.
They also say in English, we tend to refer to all of these cheeses as feta.
Of course.
But they're actually different varieties.
Ooh.
Beyaz paneer
Oh, no.
is put into pastries and other baked goods.
Okay.
It's got a strong flavor with creamy notes. Lor cheese is relatively unsalted, and it goes well in pastries.
Ooh.
They say it's served at breakfast, but it can be mixed with spices and herbs and eaten for dinner.
Ooh.
And it seems that no country can go without some sort of cream cheese.
Oh, yeah.
According to puckarabia.com, there is something called a cream cheese spread.
Ooh.
The cheese spread comes in a jar. They say it has a rich taste, and that makes it your irreplaceable breakfast ingredient.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
Okay, how did the turkey react when it found a secret stash of cheese?
Ooh, I don't know.
It was gobble-smacked.
Oh.
Get it?
Yeah.
Like gobsmacked, gobble-smacked?
It was so silly.
Oh, of course it was silly and a little bit cheesy. Thanks for listening to Just Cheesy the Podcast, episode 106, Turkey Cheese.
Thank you.
If you haven't had the opportunity, please go back and listen to all of our old episodes.
Stay cheesy, everybody.